But guess what? The black hole spin affects space-time itself. Like it desperately, it basically gravity from the black hole rotates, grips space-time, and works around it as it rotates, as it rotates around its center. You know, it spins. In this little area that's around the black hole, it's called the ergosphere. Special. Assume that if time is completely messed up in the black hole, like I'm talking completely eradicated, but basically more shattered than my attempt of trying to think of an analogy. And the that was inside the event horizon. The ergosphere will only make it at a time from a quarter to a half billion. If you were inside the ergosphere, it would be unique, terrifying, and pretty cool. Because, fun fact, in the ergosphere, you have to move faster than the speed of light just to not move. In the ergosphere. Yeah, good luck with that, pally. Buddy old pal, good luck with that. You're not Barry Allen if you think you can move faster than the speed of light. In this rotatingness, this ergosphere can be used, in fact, to, help create energy, or pull energy out of it, I should say. Alright, imagine this. You're a guy, you have a spaceship, right? You are driving around into a spaceship, whatever you want, but you run pretty low on fuel. You can't go anywhere else, or your your reactor is pretty damaged and can't really jump to hyperspace or faster light travel. We're assuming for this video that you can move faster light. You see a rotating black hole, and you go into your ergosphere, and you have a section. You have like trash or an asteroid around your ship. So you grab the asteroid, your ship nabs the asteroid, flings it inside your ergosphere while your ship is moving, and it kind of helps catapult it off as the black hole gives you some rotation energy while it takes up the mass. But guess what? We get the better trade because of its rotational energy we gain. In fact, we actually get, here, I'm sorry, black out a second. In fact, we could take advantage of this even more. So we could have, imagine this. You have a black hole, spinning black hole, right? Super massive. Assume as big as Sagittarius A. I guess, yeah, same ring, same mass, same everything, and it spins. Pretty sure Sagittarius A spins, but I'm assuming this video does. Sagittarius A does spin. Or a hypothetical black hole that's the same mass as Sagittarius A. If you don't know what Sagittarius A is, it's a black hole in the middle of our galaxy. In the middle of the Milky Way. The candy bars are alright in my opinion. Definitely better not. But yeah. On this black hole, we could build mirrors. They're around about 10 centimeters thick, or around, and in freedom units is around 1.5 to 3 inches, I'd say. Look, math is not my strong suit, okay? In fact, it's probably my biggest weakness out there. Science is my strongest subject, by far. Science is cool. Oh no, that's all also history, but yeah, we'll talk about it later. What else? So you encase the black hole in that mirror, like in a triangle, exactly like a pretty sure dodecahedron type mirror. That's like that. What you can do, you can fire electromagnetic radiation, yeah, into the mirror room at like a glide, like the black hole's right here. You can fire a glancing angle, so that some of the energy disappears into the black hole, and the others goes faster. And you can repeat this over and over again as it keeps sloshing around in there. The electromagnetic radiation starts to keep bouncing around in there, keeps gaining speed more and more. Like the black hole's right here, sloshes the ergosphere, bounce off mirror, sloshes again, bounce off ergosphere, slashes again, bounce off again and again and again. Of course, we probably could take, or we might eventually run out of it though, because we might all eventually get something black hole back again, and I don't know, I'm pretty sure, yeah. But we could use this energy to open up the panels a little bit. We can like get a little, let light shine out into like maybe a ring, like into a ring world around it. So that its solar collectors, or whatever other power source you use to collect radiation really well, can absorb that energy. And use it for itself. Or it can use it to create a big boom boom. No humans would probably immediately try to do that. Because we love violence. Let's see, because negative, I love humanity, good, humanity is amazing. Some part of it. But yeah. If we do not release the electromagnetic radiation at all, it keeps bouncing around there, bouncing, until it becomes so great. It shatters the mirror and triggers an explosion that's about the size of, I don't know, a supernova. Which is very, very big. But this energy source can be what we use at the end of the universe. Like in my last video, I talked about the sad, depressing fate of the universe. Hope y'all enjoyed that one. I did a lot of research for that video, I'm not gonna lie, more than that. Sleepless night. But yeah, this one, not that long, I already knew a lot of stuff. Not saying it arrogantly, I just researched stuff for fun. I can know significantly more about black holes. But now, since we're on the topic of that, let's move on to, this thing would be significantly more effective than a Dyson sphere or Dyson swarm. Dyson was significantly better than a Dyson sphere though, because, come on, the resources, time, energy it would take for a Dyson sphere. Plus, it's just probably going to be ripped apart by a star. But the Dyson swarm, a nice big swarm of satellites, like mirrors or solar panels that collect stars energy then. Except for there's a big shield big seam that covers the entire star and solar panel stuff. Significantly better than that because black holes are more compact. Mirrors are significantly more compact. Mirrors are genuinely pretty cheap. It's compared to the Imaginarium. I'm calling that because we don't know what Alex would use for that construction. The amount of engineers, time, and effort and materials we need to use for that, for the output, which would still be less. It would still be less. Which, yeah, that's a little bit about black holes, the black hole power thing. Oh yeah, and the singularity. It's an interesting thing. Static black holes have a singularity, a little point. And let's mention here, X, Y, Z. X, Y, Z, yeah. A singularity would be a singular point in that area, in that graph. And since points can't really rotate up, like can't really do anything like that, like with zero things, like it's not possible, and they're not able to rotate like that. In a rotating black hole, so we think a rotating black hole has a ringularity. A ring with zero thickness that contains the entire mass of the black hole. Like, yeah, radius of zero, thickness of zero. That's what a ringularity would be for a black hole. It should be like, a ring shape with zero thickness, zero diameter, like zero or anything. spinning really, really fast and having all the mass black hole inside of it. In fact, the same as the normal point singularity. It has all zero squares. Zero, not like infinite mass, zero width, height, thickness, nothing, none of that. So, yeah. Sorry, this is short. I'm going on vacation soon for 2 weeks. I may or may not upload during that time, depending on what I'm doing. Most likely might be able to, who knows? It's really hard to research these videos. Especially with me having ADHD. I have the attention deficit disorder. It's not fun at all. But still, hyper-focusing on something is very nice. Especially when facing space and, especially on space and history. Ooh, baby, it's nice. Not just some ADHD basic powers, but yeah. All of you have a fantastic rest of your day or night. Well, alright, here. Also, let's write your intro. Remember, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night, lovely people at home.